Good name and welcome to Tales of Aether, where last week our still unnamed crew has faced and defeated, like in half the time, that giant armored golem. Before getting to listen to all the pre-recorded messages, but I'm sure you did that throughout the week and were impressed by the amount of time that has been invested into writing those speeches. Of course you didn't, so you went on to report your achievements, loot the ship of the Children of the Sun, got some money, got some equipment, got some gifts from Rikik. Miles, you did some reporting to your family, to your father specifically. You visited home where you finally met your sister. She proved to be even more pain in your behind than she always has been. She pushed you into a duel. You technically won the duel, which made her fly into a fit of rage, causing your father to intervene. After which you took a little bit of time to rest, went shopping, bought some equipment, I don't remember which. Bobby repaired himself, and yes, you picked up your bounty for the head of Melty, not Aegis. At the police department, met the local SRT commander by the name of, I don't remember, it wasn't in my info, somewhere in my notes, and were advised by Rikik to meet an individual by the name of Orestes Raptis, who apparently had some old connection to children, not children of the sun, but sun children. So the old organization that Winnow's parents were a part of. Though it appears that Winnow has given up on his pursuit of whatever has happened to his parents and is pushing the crew in direction towards Lamia and Dalu's own adventure. Unless he has changed his mind, which I have no idea what is going on. So, take it away. What do you guys want to do?
By the way, her name of the half orc, half genasi was Ethane, something like that.
Yes,
Yeah.
Esna.
It's
Like
not
the
okay.
volcano.
I think we left off. We wanted to talk to this contact, right?
Oh yeah, Orestes
Uh-huh.
Raptis.
Yeah, that's it. He's at. We know where he is in Ashtafen, living on a boat.
Yes,
We can
you
learn about
do
his brother.
know where is he. Technically, right now you don't have Bobby with you. Bobby is back at the ship repairing. So
Right.
if you do want to pick him up, either he needs to pause his repairs, or it would be better to go tomorrow.
Yeah, let's go tomorrow. And then swap Lance for Bobby.
Lance is gonna
Hey,
watch the kids.
Hey, Bobby. I hear you got quite hurt the other day, but if you're working around or repairing, think you can do that fancy tinkering on my Giselle as well as the Mac pistol?
You mean getting the damage boost on the Giselle?
Yeah, well, maybe there's something else, but yeah, don't want to get that damage in. Is there something even fancier you could do?
With the right components, I can do things to it.
You don't have your
Well,
fifth 3 yet, but you do have Slavic components now, which increases the things you can do.
I do remember us having at least two. I have them. I put them with the rest of the stuff in the cargo bay.
Maybe we want to keep them for the ship. I don't know.
Good point. Yeah.
I think you should have like 3 pieces and 2 that are magical items that you can salvage if you so desire.
Magical. As what? Take apart
Yes.
the items we got.
Yes.
But that's like the Maltese pistol and so on.
Yes.
No.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Speaking of which, I have
Right.
created in unique items parts for every single item you have, including updating them with pictures. Apparently,
Oh, nice.
Super nice. Um,
Oh, polymorphic materials. Wait, that's not Slavic.
No.
That's not the. Oh, okay.
not
Oh, yeah,
honestly,
yeah, okay.
honestly, I think many of, if not all, of the items that we have their merit in some situations. So
I agree. Yeah.
prefer not to take them apart.
Okay.
Question: have we distributed the eyes of the eagle and sickle of warning already?
Sickle of Warning is probably best with Winnel. He does gain a considerable amount of benefits from going first in combat.
I like sharp knives too. So
I was
plus.
given the when I mentioned the boots of climbing and eyes of eagle with Miles, it was mentioned I could take them. But I think that mostly just the idea with the boots of climbing for me would be good. You can take the eyes of the eagle, no problem.
Who here has the best eyesight? Notice +0.
Just as a
think it might
warning
be
for
Winnel,
the
right?
sickle, I am unsure on the advantage mechanic. I might later replace it with a fixed modifier. Because an advantage might be a bit too good on a D8, while like a +1 would be
Sure.
sensible. Just as a warning, because I am changing mechanics from D&D.
Bobby, you and I still have the Eagle Side TM. Can't you tell? Read the license
I
plate.
think it could be really good
stop.
for Dalu, because if you go somewhere to snipe, basically this kind of replaces a scope for you. So you could even argue that it makes you less noticeable because there's no glint from the scope, for example. Which might be important for like your second shot and third shot, plus, just like you can see very far.
Hey, look, Bobby, I could use it, but I think I trust my eyesight enough already. I'll just chuck on these.
You pick it. You take it.
No, go ahead. I'm already going to be walking on ceilings. I'm going to find some good vantage points. Help the team.
Honestly, I think it makes more sense to you because I don't like shooting from afar. I need to be close, and that's fine.
All right, well, say so. I'm not going to complain, and I'll put them back on.
Dan, would these would Eyes of the Eagle help in noticing people's motivation? Like, is it like helping in insight?
No, notice checks that rely on sight. So, for example, like even if you're making a notice check like in complete darkness, you don't get a +1 because you're here listening. You're not looking close.
Okay.
And insight is also not only based on sight; it's intuition, right?
This is basically purely for sight perception.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you distribute them amongst yourself.
I mean, you can like just for lols, you can like give everything to Watanabe and try to make him use. Like Watanabe, here's an artifact sword. Let's buy you power armor. Go, Watanabe, go! With your one hit point.
Could we give henchmen that stuff? Oh my god.
Let's not.
Yeah.
So yeah, do you mind if I for tonight before we head off, can I leave my Giselle with you? Whatever you want to change.
Well, I'm not
same
gonna
as the
start working on it today.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, another time.
How many kinds of modifications can you do, Bobby?
As many as I want. Can just
Unlimited?
maintain them all.
So how many can you maintain?
I can maintain 14.
Only I was like 21.
14.
And how many are you maintaining currently?
0.
How much? 0?
0.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
He technically made 2, but he made mastercraft weapons, which allow first modifier to be free.
No maintain. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
That's the point.
crazy.
Like you pay time and money to buy, well, to get one free.
Well, I'm
I mean,
I'm
actually, no.
planning
You
on-
maintain 2 for the ship.
Are there mods on the ship?
Yes, like 2 or 3 mods on the ship.
Isn't there the boost thingy that?
Yeah, like engine, armor, and something else.
Oh, so if like the upgraded drive is that?
No. I'm talking about.
How do I identify things that in the ship sheet?
I mean, I'd say ask Sam where he put that. So I don't know, because actually I. Don't
Okay,
see- Yeah,
I'll
talk to
put
Sam later.
down two for now, just so we're aware that there's at least some maintenance for the ship.
Actually,
oh,
can
well,
all
in that case,
maintain one?
in that case, I cannot maintain any further because I plan to do 12 modifications on my gun.
That's a bit. That's a cool gun.
I honestly don't know if I can actually put that much on it.
Can Alg maintain one of those ship stuff?
Everybody was a fix. Oh, Og.
Alg, yeah.
Technically, yes. Practically, let's not, because he's basically there to replace Bobby if Lucas is missing. Because
okay.
then if we like start treating him as a full party member, I'm gonna like, alright, that's a 6 party member, you don't have enough supplies.
Okay.
Let's just treat them as Bobby's gun, you've got a poor man's.
Okay.
Sometime down the line, I plan to at least get like 2 more mods on the gun, maybe 3. So if you have something that you want me to do, tell me, and I need a lot of time for it because it requires time for me to do things.
All right.
So 4. Okay.
Well then, how about we rest for today and then head out tomorrow to question said person.
Who are we questioning again?
I mean, he was part of the organization which Winnow's parents were part of.
All right.
Yeah, he might know something.
Do you think that guy could know something about the vampire in prison? At all?
I
Probably not related.
seriously doubt that.
Well, Dalu's gonna. If we're resting, Dalu's gonna go to Winnell's med bay before he goes to bed for a moment. And Winnell,
I would actually have left.
laughed. Okay.
Yeah, errands.
Oh, you're leaving. Okay. Winnell. Oh, fuck.
But it's unlocked, so.
Look around. It's gone. Yeah. And then I go to bed.
Yeah, sorry, mate. I actually would have liked to check out the city.
What's your
'Cause
armor
I'm
class,
still
Dalo?
looking-
What's my armor class?
Yes.
17.
Alright. Okay, you don't get killed by rabbits.
Oh well.
Bunnies. Apologies, bunnies.
Holy crap. Yeah, like a
Bunnies-
mutated bunny.
Yes, bunnies
Like a
have
bunny that comes out and then like splits into two and then attacks me. Wouldn't be surprised to see something like that
self-replicating
there.
bunnies.
So vampire bunnies.
Yeah, sorry, Winnow, you were saying? You wanted to
Yeah,
go...
I'm still. I would like to look for a cleric. Remember that book
Mhm.
I received long time ago? I read it twice,
Mhm.
and yeah, I just wanna completely understand the contents.
Right. So you...
I think you said I still needed some help
Yeah.
from a cleric, and I imagine they gotta have some.
So how do you go about finding Temple of a Raven Queen? I assume in this place.
I just ask around.
Okay. Let's go with talk or connect charisma.
Okay.
Alright. Yeah. So you find that laking miles by your side, the citizens of Naktrafin are rather loud, rude, and gloomy bunch of people that come up with as many ways to tell you to fuck off as you ask them for directions, which does basically force you into finding it on your own, and you spend way more time than you wanted to do so. But you do eventually find not a temple, but more like I bet. It would look more like a monastery of some kind, like not as an open religious building of worship, but like a walled enclosure that does bear the symbolism that you're looking for.
Is there like an entrance?
There
What-
is a heavy gated entrance, used medium-sized graveyard off to the side of the main building. Well maintained with roads and trees. You let me now just check. Right. You do notice black-robed figures gliding around in the distance. They definitely fit here a lot more than they fit in the Sunny Hillers, but you recognize them as most likely clerics of Raven Queen. You know that if you wish to get their attention, you're very direct with your approach.
Try the door. Is it open?
It is not.
Not banging on the door.
Yeah. You banging on the door, and after a bit of time and without almost any sound, the like sliding window opens, and you just like see like black cloth head, or whaled head, I guess, common for the clerics, and just stare at you silently.
Came to return this book, but I still have some questions. If you have a minute.
Like a hand kind of like points towards the slot and like as if ready to accept the book.
Okay. Here's the book, but questions? Any time for questions?
Like the book like do a very brief, like through the pages and actually like look at the back of the book, like at the back cover of it. Close it. The window goes and you hear heavy keys.
It's this high security prison. Okay, thank you.
So with a ghastly sound of your dungeon master trying to make a squeaky door, the gates open.
Thank you so much. It was a really interesting book. I was wondering if you have some more, and also I wrote down some questions I still have. So mainly concerning how should I put this? Is there any way I can practice this? I found a spell in this book, and I've been wanting to use it, but I need to practice it somehow. So you think you could help me with that?
I had like tilts.
It would require someone recently deceased. Is that ethical? Is that how do you learn it? You don't talk much. I thought I talked little.
On a scale of 1 to Cleric of the Raven Queen, how edgy are you? Like the head rustles a little bit, and you hear a rather raspy voice coming from beneath the cloth, going, "There are no words in this book the Queen would have been ashamed of. What secrets do
Well, for some reason, we see a lot of death, and sometimes there are questions unanswered, and I just would like to speak with some of the dead to answer those questions, because I still think they can help us even after they're gone. And from what I understand, it's possible with this knowledge.
The figure like leans in closer. You dress like a preventer of death,
I do.
yet you smell like a bringer of one.
Well, the lines kind of blur sometimes. I do my best, but that's sometimes not enough. What can I say? And I said, truth. Truth is, I don't think it's enough to concern oneself with the prevention. I think I need to expand my horizon, even though my brothers would disagree with this practice. I think one should keep learning and be as useful as one can be for those still living.
Question your beliefs.
Not mine, but those of my order, maybe. I think no magic should be off limits as long as it's used for something good. Put it that way.
That is path that many have tried to follow. Not all of them have seen the difference between the means and goals. There's much to learn from the dead. Patience, quietness, acceptance. If you have questions, you're welcome to ask them. I cannot promise you answers, but we will listen. The figure kind of points towards the like graveyard path as it begins to walk.
He begins to walk.
As he begins like to walk, as if like, let's
Okay.
walk and talk.
Follow, yeah. So, I mean, what's possible with this? Can you talk to anyone, or is there limitations?
There is technically no one. You do not speak to the dead, merely to their shadows.
Okay.
But yes, you can speak to them. At least to those who sleep quiet.
Understand. And that shadow, does it know everything the person knows, or? I mean, can you have a full conversation with this shadow?
To extent, it is like a person half asleep. They understand, but their ability to rationalize is limited.
Yeah, that's good to know.
And they are very direct with their answers.
Can they lie?
They can.
Oh,
They also remember the faces of those who took their lives.
oh, I usually don't do that, as you may have noticed.
You have not done so far.
Yeah, well, I think at this point, I just now that I know it's okay to try, I think I just need to practice. Can I practice here, maybe?
If you do not disturb the grave,
Of course. All right, I'll try to talk to someone.
Huh? Do you approach that?
Well, I go to a grave and recall everything I know about the spell and concentrate on the grave before me, and
Do me a no magic check.
good that you ask, because that's a skill I leveled up. Of course, you knew that.
Nice.
No magic intelligence?
Yes.
Wisdom, doesn't matter.
Intelligence.
Wow. Oh, sorry. Yeah, it rolled twice on my screen, but it's double once.
Yeah, that's what I see.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
3D dice suck.
You get on your knees, like focus on the grave and start asking questions. Nothing happens.
Well, this one doesn't know anything. I go to the next one.
Huh?
I don't know. Is the priest still near?
The priest is kind of like in the vicinity.
Okay, I'll try one more time before asking him, I guess. I don't know if that's part of the role, or I just ask him for guidance what to do.
Roll me one more time. Sure.
Okay. What?
You get feeling that if you intend to speak with a dead, you need like a dead to speak to, like a body, not a patch of dirt with maybe a body in it.
Take that information to the guy. So I think maybe there's only dirt here. Is that a possibility? Or is it me? What do you think?
I know. Knows. Some graves are older than time.
Is there maybe a recent one?
There are?
Okay. Don't worry, I'll find it myself. And I'll start looking for. I imagine they're marked.
Watch your steps.
Okay. I will. Extra careful.
Yeah. I mean, I assume you're not looking for like a. So are you looking for a fresh grave? Are you looking for like an open grave or?
As fresh as it gets.
Okay. Sure. You like start walking around until you find a grave that, like there's no grass or anything growing on it. It's just like loose soil, and it looks like it has been turned over earlier than the other graves you've seen, or like closer to today than the other graves you've seen. Still, you ponder that that's still gonna be at least 2 meters deep with a corpse in a coffin. I feel like you need hands-on approach almost to a body. Usually means finding your friends and following their trail of blood.
Yeah, that's my thought as well. Well, this has been very enlightening, but I think I still need to practice some more. I know. Well, I don't know. Do you take donations? I'd like to donate if that's okay with you. Because I would like to give you something in return. I mean, I have some knowledge, but I think donation is appropriate. It's okay, never mind. I'll just give him 1,000 credits and leave.
I see you learn from your captain.
If only he was at the board, he could have earned 3 times as much. The pay gap is real! Huh?
All right, I wrote down 1,000 credits donation to creepy monks. Got it. And I'll return.
So, you'll eventually make it back to the ship, where you, I believe, take your second night of rest. Another point of strain for whoever has strain, and another level. Another 7 hit points. 7 hit points for everybody! You get 7 hit points, and you get 7 hit points! Some of you don't need 7 hit points. Lance, I think, actually, is the only one at full health. But yeah.
Well, I think I would have healed myself to sleep.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's say you you wake up, you get your breakfast in the morning, you feel slightly better. Some of you feel really well, like 80% well. Some of you feel like 20% well. Life's not fair. But yeah, in any case, what are your plans for this new day? Go find a guy?
Yep.
Alright. Friendly Lens ate something wrong yesterday, so he's in the toilet with a sick stomach. So you can't take the grave flyer. I mean, you can actually, Bobby, if you want to risk it. Flying.
If I want to risk it, because I'm the only one that has flying skills, right?
Well, I wouldn't say you have flying skills because you've never really flown anything before, but you have flying adjacent skills.
Ah, I don't want to risk
I
it.
don't think Lance would approve.
Maybe I should do it. Ruin that fucking thing. No, no. Let's. How far away is it?
It is not like quite in the center of the town, but more like on the outskirts of the central district. So like still the whole like shopping and arts district, but more like side of it.
So it's walking distance still.
From the port, I mean everything is a walking distance, but take a while.
How many
We don't have any time pressure, do we?
any hours? How long it'll take?
How many years?
What? Whoa!
40 years!
How many hours will it take?
Actually, like could be like a really good like. Actually, like since you're going from the port, like port is a good like 15-20 minutes by carriage from the town, and then in the town you would have to walk for at least an hour, really.
Can we catch a undead carriage horse thing?
You
Like a taxi?
can do that, yeah. You can hail a
Let's
undead
hire one.
carriage, taxi thing.
Sure,
yes.
let's go with that.
Gonna carry me.
You can see some sights from
Probably
the
need
carriage.
some
as well.
like cargo carriage.
You need a suitcase mode.
Actually,
fat
Bobby, nothing. Like you need a truck, basically, yeah, like a truck carriage to hold you around, but you run as fast as a carriage, so I don't know. And I assume that you run along usually.
Let's take the graph flyer. This is getting too complicated.
Oi, okay.
Okay.
Huh?
Don't get it banged up.
Quick, to the point.
Let's say if you
Let's
do
hope we
bang
don't
it up,
crash.
please fix it before Lance notices.
No, I will let him look at it
Yeah.
and show him what happens if he gets sick. That'll
Alright.
teach him.
Alright.
I'm gonna get all
Um,
excited and hop in the front with him and attempt to co-pilot with the comms. And
Well, you see,
If
like
I can
Bobby isn't
assist.
gonna pilot from the pilot seat because he's still a giant pile of metal that is basically getting into the cargo hold and trying to connect to the Greyfly like directly from the cargo
Alright.
hold, which definitely complicates things. So yeah, why don't you make me pilot skill check?
That's dex based, right?
On intelligence.
Then
Is
I
there
would
any
of
way I
course
can,
prefer intelligence. Nah, you don't need to.
no? Either I feel fair enough.
If
Don't-
if
don't
I'm
need
allowed to
to.
use intelligence, I think we should
Uh-huh.
be fine. But I mean, I would appreciate help. If you have an idea on how to help me.
You have front seat driver.
Well, I was just gonna say that if he's in the cargo hold and Delu's trying to help with the comms, maybe I can assort the way he's looking out the graph flyer from the cargo hold. You know, different types of UI to help him see better. You know,
Okay, and what would you use for something like that?
well, programming, hopefully to make some projections of what's going on outside or beam it straight to his noggin and have it be efficient so you can see what's going on.
Okay, sure. Let's try it.
Cool.
You could get rich with this. If it worked.
Okay, yeah.
Great.
Oh,
Yeah,
you tried.
go around digging in the Greyflyer's arcane programming, and you get the feeling that Lance is gonna be very happy next time he flies it. Bobby, make me your skill check.
All right, here we go. 13.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Oh, fuck.
You smart.
This isn't so difficult. I don't know why Lance feels that special.
I could have pulled off that thing in Volos.
I can fly through a snowstorm.
What a gatekeeper, man.
What a fucking elitist prick.
Let me fly, let me fly. No. Just kidding.
Wait, it's easy you say? Can we all have a go?
No, I think no, I'm just kidding.
Like
This
you
is-
basically, like, as you connect to the Greyflyer, you like you do technically like have some windows to look out of, but they like don't help you in any way for what you intend. So you just switch basically to fly by what are they called?
Wire.
Sensors.
Yeah, fly by wire, biosensors, and before Lance remembers to get out of the toilet and shout at you to not take the Greyfly, you're already out of the cargo bay and flying smoothly without even having clipped or scratched anything. Problems. It is a rather unsettling, I guess, flight for the rest of you who just like watch at an empty pilot seat where the joystick is just like moving whenever the ship banks or accelerates. And like a ghost is flying here while Bobby is sitting quietly concentrating in the cargo hold. But you do get your ship wherever you need to, or more like you get it close enough to like the city center, because you can't land it in the city center. There's just not enough space, but you get it like close enough where you can handle it like half an hour walk after that. And the people who already were like, oh wow, it's like literally a helicopter landing in the middle of the city, the people get even more confused when like the pilot door doesn't open and nobody walks out of it. Just like the passenger doors open, and then you, Bobby, climb out of the cargo hold, and yeah, you are quite an attraction. While there are a lot of different strange people walking around Nachtrappen of various races, not many of them are half metal.
That's fair enough.
Yeah. Alright, I know why I'm stopping, because I'm still supposed to tell you where you go. So yeah, you keep going deeper into the city center, taking like pleasant walk. It's like the area where you're going is unapproachable. You can't go there by car. Let's go like that. Let's do it like that. So it's just like walkways, and you actually start going into this older part of town that must have been constructed like a whole century ago. You switch from like smooth paved roads to good old like brick roads and small narrow shops with tall windows, and the shops get like more and more like obscure and arcane in nature until you find a location which given to you by Rikik, which seems to correspond to some kind of a it's not arcanotech. Like arcanotech is modern stuff, but this is like good old magic item purveyor shop. You walk up to the door, you push it in. It's a heavy like wooden oaken door. You hear a bell sound, though there's no bell, and find a rather dim interior filled with smell of old wood, bit of dust, and slightly like acrid undertones of arcane reagents. It is dim. There is like the only light coming is from the windows, and they're not very big, and the light is heavily blocked by the other buildings. You see the interior to be rather small, with various like same old wood oak shelf placed in various on various walls with stands holding magical items. You see like a couple like wooden dummies with armors placed upon them, and
let me out.
This place could have some interesting utility for us in the future.
And
Wonder if he sells something.
As your eyes begin to wander and look around, you see them.
Interior space of
Like the curtain, yeah, I guess curtain.
the foyer.
Yeah, you see like the curtain that separates the on English.
Shopping area.
The counter from the inside of the shop, like a person walks through that curtain, and they themselves are dressed in like grayish black robe with like tattered edges that covers their hands completely, goes down to the floor, and like their head is heavily hooded. But like an old raspy voice come from within the hood of "Welcome to my establishment.
Good day.
What manners of arcane seek?"
I look at Winnow.
The old history kind. You see, you remember Rickik? Bird person. He's a good friend of ours. Took 24 hours to be his best friends. He mentioned you have a bit of a history.
I have
As-
history.
Wow. It's,
But my stories do not come cheap. And I do not know the name you speak of. Rick. Are you certain that your friend has not brought you to a wrong place?
Are you Mr. Raptus?
Ah. Now that's a name I haven't heard since breakfast. Why, yes, that is me. You
Well,
like,
greetings.
see the figure like lifts the hood a little bit, and you see an old guy, just like sagging, wrinkly cheeks, like patterned, like like old marks on the skin, white beard going about like a full arms length, a full hands length below the chin, and similar like mustache blending with it. You don't really see the hair; they're being hidden by the hood. You see multiple like amulets of bones and gems on his neck, like seeming just like an assortment of various sacramentae. But the stranger thing about the man are his glowing eyes of golden yellow.
Is he human? Humanoid, elf, dwarf?
He's definitely humanoid, though. I mean, that could be some kind of arcane enchantment or a trick, an illusion that he just does to himself.
Is there any cultural significance to golden glowing eyes in, I don't know, cultures?
Make me, I guess, like a history check, like a no check, all intelligence.
10.
Turn autofocus on and just fucks everything up. Generally, this is just like a sign of some kind of other, what's it called, like outsider blood. So like not from prime material. So like some tieflings have glowing eyes. Some Azimar do as well. Voltages, the one that you've just captured, had glowing eyes.
Okay.
But this one, the first Voltages didn't have glowing eyes. Oh yeah, so that
So
could be a magical trick. I mean, it's a fairly simple spell.
Might also be the side effect of his religious fervor.
Could be.
Okay.
Well, pleasant to make your acquaintance. I am Miles, and this is my crew. And we believe you have some useful information, perhaps, for us in our quest.
I might. Though I believe it is my role to be the cryptic shopkeeper. It's hard to sell. I do not know what you are buying.
Well,
Though look around. I have many things. Side of
Well,
information.
while they're talking, I want to just have like a look around and see if I find anything that might be interesting to me.
You make me like a notice intelligence check investigate. While Miles maybe actually tells me what he's here for.
Yeah. So
Oh, that's
yeah.
very
Well,
poor.
Mind if I
Well-
do the same?
Sure.
well, why don't you guys go ahead and
we'll
see
do the
what's-
talking.
what's where's with
Kids, look around, pick a present.
Kids, look
Daddy and
around.
mommy needs to talk.
Oh, quick question: Does the +2 from Eagle Vision TM apply?
Yeah, sure.
So 8 then.
Who has those? Who has the sunglasses?
Do I still have them? I assume I have them.
Okay.
Or
Yeah.
did
You
Jacob
said
have
you
them?
have them.
Yeah.
The
that what you're
question is,
talking
are
about?
you
Plus
wearing
two?
them?
Well, yeah, I should be wearing them. I had put the boots on. I've got them on my sheet.
Okay, I would have commented on that, but okay.
Oh,
Walking inside with
Like
sunglasses.
it's
Well, they're like on
owl
my
sunglasses.
top of my head, you know. But
Okay.
maybe you see me putting them down,
Are you
like right now.
going
You,
to
like
the party
see me.
or the
Hmm?
your children's birthday or what? What's that?
They do look a bit
Are
funky.
you
alright.
hiding again?
They're useful if you want to see them. They do look a bit funky. Maybe, but I'm not hiding. They look
Well,
really
why
good.
do you need sunglasses? Have you looked outside? It's not even. It's like always night in here. Why do you think it's called Night Haven? Well, I'll get it.
Bueno, my
I'll let
brother,
you. I'm just gonna. I'll give
don't
them
switch
to you.
up your you don't switch off your sense for fashion at night, okay?
Oh, you wear your sunglasses at night?
Look,
Yes.
just put them on. You'll agree that they're pretty cool. I think you'll overlook wearing them indoors and stuff. You see what they do. Helps, doesn't it?
Do you put them on?
I see no difference. I see no difference.
You see worse.
Worse.
I mean, he's not
Well-
attuned to them, so they don't help.
Oh, right.
Whatever. As long as they make you happy, Dalu. Okay.
Okay.
That would have been my-
Disappointed dad vibes. Oh yeah, I'll put them back on.
Okay, anyway.
Oh, you rolled already. Okay.
Yeah. Terribly, I might add.
Miles, can I just get to the point? I don't know
Yes.
how
of
to
course.
gift wrap
Um,
this.
We heard that you were once part of the organization called
Sun Children,
yes, Sun Children.
or previously known as Children of the Sun, I think. They had a rebranding a few years ago. Anyway, yeah, we heard you were part of them and parted ways, and I'm actually looking for former members as well. My parents, to be specific. Their names are Quinric. Does that ring any bells?
Can I see how he reacts when he hears all of this?
Sure,
Yeah,
roll
I
me
wanna-
an insight check.
I wanna.
You're looking at the items. You chose to look at the items.
Okay, fair enough. Okay.
There we go.
He leans in, inspecting Quinnell. Oh, that. A name I haven't heard in a long time.
For real this time?
Yeah.
But you have heard.
You're the worst rectifier I've ever seen, but you have heard of me.
I have done one here. I have worked with him very closely for a long long time.
And
I don't think you remember me. Changed since then. You were young.
I think I would remember you.
Your parents have done their best to keep their job separate from their lives here. It was part of their job.
Okay. Well, you know what happened?
He like lifts, like a counter separator. It is a conversation best had away from Kuru's eyes.
Okay. I'll be back. Don't take anything.
They told you like, Mom, Dad, you're left alone.
In a shop full of magical items.
Do you consider though there quite a few things, interesting things that you see each other. You see some like old weapons, like a small ornate silver crossbow. You see a spear. You see upon those dummies 2 sets of armor, full armor. One of them looking like really hefty, blocky, chunky. You see large bronze brazier that is filled with gleaming embers. You see multiple like stands, like shaped like hands holding orbs of various sizes and kinds. You see a glass shelf with spell scrolls. You see a glass shelf with some kind of bubbling potions. You see a wand leaning against like a prop up with its head carved in the shapes of different birds. Yeah, that's about what you see and find. Very interesting, very exciting, very old school. None of you have any idea how this might work because you are not magical people. Arcanotech is very different from this. And by the time you turn around, just see the curtain go. You, Miles and Winnell, you follow the old man's curtain and into the interior of the shop. You see like a couple smaller doors on the sides, and it's very dimly lit narrow hallway before you enter a slightly larger room illuminated by an arcane orb floating to the ceiling. There is a table with like 2 chairs that one of them he takes and like strokes his beard. Begin. Begin. Indrex. Bunch of young, bright-eyed researchers they were. Wanted to make the world a better place. Me and my brother, we were sent by the Church of Healers to assist them in their work. My brother to protect us, me to advise and offer connection with the divine. Parents are trying to research a means to reverse vampirism. one that would be accessible. Simpler people. Your order included. I was a war priest of Helios. I had a deep connection with the divine and knew about the magic they were trying to replicate. We worked hard on it every day. But it is hard to resist the will of the gods. They research it, refused, simplify. Demands in magic were higher than I have wanted. We tried to set a ritual. Had fail-safes in place. We found volunteers. Vampire lady and her daughter. Plan was that there is not enough magic. That would fail. I've seen their souls unravel with my own two eyes. I felt the glee of Helios as he felt his enemies vanquished. I've lost my faith that day.
I'm sorry you had to see that.
Clarify. The vampire lady and her daughter, and both of them perished?
Worse.
So,
Yeah, so I heard. Okay.
I do not know why it went the way it went. Parents, I tried to recover from the failure. I had to leave to reconsider my loyalties. Rather, we argued. I'm sorry, I read about what happened in the... And I found strength to leave my home and seek. The house was a crime scene. I too thought that you have died with it.
Yeah, you're not the only
You were
one.
gone. Oriel was gone. I've had no news about the Kenricks ever since then.
Yeah,
Never
they took me back.
connected with brother either.
Inside check it. I'm not there.
Do you seek to recover your parents' legacy?
No. I would just like to find out what happened. You have any idea? Maybe you could give me the names of those 2 vampires? Because I did see another vampire that night. Vampire lady. Could have been a coincidence.
Your parents handled public aspect of our research. I was more a consultant, a proper member of the research group. I shared what I knew about ways magic work, how I formulated its nature being divine. I fear I was of little help to you.
Okay. What was your brother's role?
Guardian. I was a war priest and he was a paladin of healers. Still is. His goals have changed. He
Do
never
you know
lost
where he
faith.
is?
Not
What's his name, if I may ask?
I know not exactly where he is. I have refused his attempts to reconnect. He has repurposed the parents' organization, renamed it. My brother's name is Miltiades. He's a good man. He's faithful to healers. I believe he does good. But
Was he around your age?
He is. Though losing healers as such has made my time run course. Without his protection, the magic of this land has left its toll upon me. My brother still looks as young as he did 20 years ago. He
So-
is dedicated. But
He
he
remains-
has never accepted this land. If you seek, find your parents, the remains of their research, my brother will stand in your way. You will have to stop him. I fear in his fervor he will commit to Helios' justice. But I
So he-
want no part of that justice.
So he goes by the name of Miltiades Raptus?
No. Petra.
Come again? Sorry?
Petra.
That's the guy we fought, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
it is. Yeah.
Okay. Does he look like Henry Cavill? No,
Yes, Henrik of Cavill was our grandfather. Paladin in his own name. A member of an old knight order.
Mhm.
Old times. Or civilized times.
do you still have love to your brother? After all that?
As I say, he is a good man. He simply hasn't learned to see beyond the black and white that we were taught.
Do you think he has love for you?
Yes. Our love is not worth you might have in plan for this. I know. I fear my brother may try to misuse you. We must stop him, no matter the cost. He is a dangerous fighter. You must not engage him alone.
Okay,
Prepare a trap if you can.
uh, ok- have, have
I look at
did you
Winnow
read
for a
any
sec.
news? Because I have some good and some bad news. Which one do you want first?
I feel like we
I-
should all this information that we've gotten before something happens
You're not
that would irrevocably change our friendship. Maybe we can buy something off you.
Not
or
there.
Have a bit of food.
Not there.
Miles
I'm not there yet.
Miles takes out of his, belt. Yeah, because it's got to be a belt because it doesn't have a hilt. Out of his belt, sun cutter, and puts it on the table. Have you? I assume you haven't read the news lately. Your brother did, in fact, try to do some great damage to this place. And we've caught him alive.
Did it right next to a ship. What we were gonna do?
Make me a dog check, Miles.
Okay.
-1 because I talked.
Boom, chakalaka.
What the hell?
That's a really good roll, anyways.
That is it. Good to know. Just good to know. I was almost ready to offer you reward for stopping my brother. It's good to know I do not need to do so.
No, there's no need. But I think I'm inclined a bit of asking you for a favor. And as you mentioned, he is your brother, and there's a connection there, no doubt about that. If we are to arrange an audience between you and him, would you agree to partake?
Do you think he'll tell me something that he won't tell?
I think he will, as you said, he wants to better the world, even though his methods seems very extreme. But he might want to let the truth out and let everyone know what really happened in his eyes. His organization has been spreading messages cryptically, if I might add, throughout Nachthafen. And since his current state, I think the best he can do right now is spread the truth he believes in. Bringing you an audience with him might help in that endeavor.
I do not think my brother will care with me more than his preaching. I am now as much of a vampire's dog as you are. But I will see him. Only to ask for forgiveness for what he has done.
I take his like he has a hand on the table. I put my hand on his and I look him in the eye and I thank you very much. I know it's probably very hard for you. And then I take my hand off.
Yeah. I am actually relieved to. You can no longer do any harm. I've learned to understand this island my 20 years here. My brother has always been concerned with he thought this island is, not what it wants of him. Anyway,
Before we leave to arrange this audience, there's two things I would like to ask. I don't know if Winnell would like to ask some more, but well, I got blacked out. Wait, what did I want to ask him? One was about items in the shop, but that's later, and the first one was critical. Shit.
well, it's good that you remember the important stuff.
Oh my god, yeah. Winnell, go ahead and ask questions if you have any.
Again, if your brother knows what happened, because don't ask me why, but there's a chance one of my parents got out. I don't know if that's true or not, but
If they
I
did,
just
they
want to have
did
some
not come
closure.
for me. And I wasn't necessarily.
Okay.
Can I assume that I have the recordings on my like compad? The
Sure.
recordings of the okay. Could you perhaps listen to these messages and explain to me in more detail about what he means by them? And I play him the recordings of all the messages. That's the question. I got it.
That is not the voice of my brother. That does not sound like my.
Perhaps someone above him?
Only one above him. Be the people back on Helios. My brother. I do not know what tools or tactics he might have used to capture my brother. You misunderstand the level of skill and fame he possesses. He is a fighter unrivaled.
Oh, for sure. We have dueled it out a bit, and he almost killed one of my crewmates.
There's the robot in pieces. Had to build himself up for a week
He is a skilled swordsman,
or a day.
and his conviction is powerful.
He will die before he breaks.
We're not
No.
seeking to break him.
Oh. You will have to.
Will he not benefit from spreading the message of his organization?
He will spread his message.
Will he not benefit from perhaps seeding doubt in the other side, as he would see?
And who would listen?
Us.
I
We
wish
have-
you luck. What if you expect my brother to monologue his secret plans?
No, not that.
I fear you will be disappointed.
That would be just an added bonus, but that is not my questioning line. I'm only here for history, not future. I want to know what happened and the truth. And of course, Winnell as well wants
Truth
to know
is,
that.
no matter how many crimes reason have been blamed for, you have done something far worse. That will have no rest. This life or the other.
Do you still worship a god, not Helios? Do you still believe?
I believe in gods. But my days of worship are over. The wall of the faceless is all that awaits me. That, too, may not be enough to atone for my crime.
Well, if you ask me, which you didn't, I would call that an accident. You had good intentions. Maybe that counts for something. You wanted to help these volunteers, seek help, and accidents, as bitter as they are, sometimes happen. You wouldn't have done it if you thought this was a likely outcome.
That is true. Yet we did.
Oh, I'm sorry, I just remember another question, and I'm sorry to bring this up again, but do you perhaps remember the names of the vampire lady and girl you've tested on?
As I have said, I was not even present for. I do not know what your parents done. Interviewed them, explained to them what was going on. I was there only for the ritual. By then they both have chosen to be asleep.
Was your brother there?
Not at the site. Close enough to protect us. That is perhaps why he managed to retain his faith. At least that is what I tell myself.
So Van Hal does not ring any bells.
I see. suppose I should have made the connection myself. Angel was the reason who killed your parents.
Supposedly.
Those must have been his blood family.
Perhaps that is why I'm asking.
Angel was not there. Wherever they were, they must have been important enough for him to care so much. Is highly unusual for no reason. Break the laws in such a way. He could have had his justice if he did not take it. So I suppose I know better by now that justice both in the eyes of men and gods. Parents, they had I guess research base, I doubt. By now, the only one who would still know how to access it, the portal, unless your parents have left something.
Okay, where would I find this place?
Away from the town, traveling northwest. I'll draw up a map for you.
Okay, thank you very much.
You've been great help for us.
Again?
Is there anything I've said you have been a great help for us and are yet to be, as I feel. Is there any way we could repay you?
Well, you could peruse my wares.
I
Not
was
much
planning to do
demand for them
that.
nowadays. A relic of old times. But, oh, go join your friends. I think I need a little break.
Could you
back. Alright. Yeah. So Orestes gives you a small piece of paper with like scribbled, not so much a map as like directions, like drive there for so long and then turn there for so long, like look for a tree, blah blah blah. As he seemingly seems to descend like deep thought, and the two of you find your own way back into the shop to your friends who by now have finally finished examining the items and touching things they weren't supposed to touch, getting cursed. Which on, I mean, none of you rolled a double one, so none of you did get cursed, but you came close.
Could you point me perhaps to the protection section? Armor, shields, some magical items that might protect against harmful shootings.
Are you asking your friends?
No, I'm asking. Yeah.
Yeah, he's not here.
Eyes. Didn't he hand Winnel the paper?
Yes, he did, and he left you alone.
Ah, okay.
Hmm.
And you don't find that suspicious that he's leaving us alone here with what seems to be thousands and hundreds of thousands of credits worth of things. You trust this guy?
And we go way back.
In that case, I'll just try and look myself for something cool, useful for me
Well,
or
I hope
one of my
that-
roommates.
Yeah.
I hope that in all the useful information, I hope you got talking to him. You asked him why his eyes are yellow. Why are his eyes yellow?
Maybe he likes them that way. I don't know. Go ask him yourself. Who am I to you? Am I your father?
You know what? Let's go ask him. I'm curious myself.
No, I think he needs a bit of time alone.
Yeah, I think I will ask him.
No, but I think
Jeez.
he needs a little
It's a
time
bad
alone.
time.
I will try to find the guy.
A comment
Bobby,
on I just got beaten up by Windle there a second
So
ago.
you like try to get through the counter, basically.
The room is behind the counter, right?
Yes.
Is there enough room for me to navigate without any accidents, like destroying the counter accidentally or something?
It will be very hard.
Dalu, can you go check I don't fit?
It's okay.
No,
Perhaps-
please.
It's a feature, not a bug.
I don't worry about myself. Dalu, can you please check on this dude?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
I'm gonna go check on him. I'll go into the
Openly?
back room. Openly.
Like you're not hiding, nothing.
I suppose I'll just kind of carefully go look through this curtain of his, or if he has curtains everywhere for doors instead. I'll look through this curtain.
Yeah, you look through this curtain. Again, like it's a relatively short but dark hallway, so you don't really like see fully into whatever rooms they might have been talking in. You hear some like creaking from inside, like another like wooden door, not even a door, but more like.
Hmm.
But yeah, like something like opening and closing.
And it's just a dark hallway that leads to another room.
Yeah. Like you do see that room, you just don't have, like full view of the room. Just on the part of it that goes from the hallway.
Sure. Yeah, I'll carefully look around the hallway in case he's got stuff against like thieves or so on. And
Oh, make me an investigation check.
okay. But yeah, I'll just sneak up on him. Dalu would be kind of wary. He doesn't know what's been said, so he's a bit cautious of him still.
Right? And a sneak check as well, please.
Sure. Okay. Sure.
Look, if you tell me you want to
So
sneak
here's
on
the-
somebody, you don't.
That's the investigation. There's
Yeah.
the snake. After I reach the end of the hallway and there's nothing sketchy going on, I will just walk into him. I won't, you know. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that's. I rolled well, but that's even better. Yeah, you like. You look around. There is like, no traps that you see. So you like start very quietly moving down the hallway, and as you like moving further, you can like hear just like some incoherent like muttering, like. And I need you to make me a physical saving throw.
Wow, shit. Okay,
You're level 7. You're very good at those
wait, what
by
the?
now.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
Right. Before all of you hear. And the sound of body hitting the floor.
Adu, you're right back there.
Silence.
Is everything all right back there?
Silence.
I think we should
Go
go
check.
check.
Mm-hmm. Maybe we
I
should
draw
have
my
gone.
pistol.
Hmm.
Um.
So
What-
what do you all
Yeah,
do?
me and Will are gonna go and check.
What's his name? Aristus, right?
Yes.
First name
Yes.
basis. Just Aristus. Can you come? Where are you? We're coming back.
As you do that, I hear from inside. What is this? Why did your friend attempt to sneak up on me? Sound of wood poking something armored.
Oh, he's just sneaky in his normal, everyday kind of sense.
I mean, have you seen his mask?
Oh, this
That's what
is
we have to
terribly
put up with.
rude. You hear like scraping as like through the curtain, like Dalu's body slides, frozen in this position. As Dalu, you find yourself completely paralyzed, like unable to move, and the rest is walking
Okay.
behind, like on leaning on a staff, like making this movement, and every time he does that, you get swiped a couple more meters down.
Oh, is he all right?
Sneaking around an old wizard's house, well, priests. They're not simply rude, they're incredibly dangerous.
I agree.
Being old does nothing to lessen the magic's potency.
I agree.
As
This
be
young man
thankful
needs to be taught a lesson.
haven't locked down my shop for the night. That would have been a lot less harmless. He bonks him on the head, like gently, like not enough to do any damage one more time, and about by now, Dal, you go, oh! Oh! As your body like senses return, and like you were swiped around in armor, so like you didn't get hurt too much, but you definitely felt those couple bonks he gave you on the head. What is it so urgent you couldn't wait for me? Don't you see the do not cross sign on the counter? Authorized personnel only. That means only those who have permission.
I was just trying to check on you. I want to ask you about your pretty eyes.
Well, you sound perfectly capable of human speech. That is the valid method of checking.
I think I don't think I can feel my legs.
You're
Dalo.
standing.
I guess
Oh,
that
I got
was
the right
my
one.
fault.
Do not
I asked
exaggerate,
them.
he bonks you one more time. Get up!
Okay,
The spell has
okay,
worn
I'm
off
getting
by
him. I'm getting
now.
him. Like really slowly, like creaking along as it comes back to me. Ooh.
Good old hold person.
Hello? What do we say?
Bobby made him do it. That's what you're going to
So
say.
give a service decision.
We are sorry.
They are sorry.
Right. Ah. Have you found something of interest?
I haven't had a chance to look yet, though I
Me
am
neither.
looking for something to protect me in dangerous situations.
No, such things are just as rare as they're expensive. Oh, I had a couple simpler things. I had this shirt made of adamantine. The Warren make quite useful to prevent those nasty critical hits.
It's meta purposes. Is this okay against lasers and wands, whatever?
It is.
Yeah. Okay.
If you ever encounter a weapon that does critical damage or any like
That does
special
critical damage and yeah.
I mean, I just like never roll natural 20s ever, so
No, but like, there's no critical hit here, and
there is. If you read the player's book that I made,
Oh,
there
really?
is. Also, there are weapons in the game that just generally have like on the roll of something they do something, so that is also prevented by the Montana. This one is. I think this will be a bit too simple for you. It points towards hide armor. That's. It's quite useful for, what's the word for that? Streaking?
Mm-hmm. They strick
Yeah.
with thoughts. Thought striking.
No. I mean, it's when you go into the streets and perform sexual harassment on strangers.
Oh, that's
Oh.
streaking.
What?
Yeah.
I've never heard of that.
This armor can be removed with a simple command. Instead of, having to undo the laces, undo the buckles. Really useful 100 years ago. But now, everybody has wands nowadays. No respect for height. Something else. Oh, this one. This one is funny. Like, picks up like a helmet.
That is leafy in nature, and when you put it on, the whole armor.
It's like it's basically like a conical helmet, but its face plate is made like out of metal, just a cast metal. But it's made to depict the face of a warrior, like nose and lips and like huge mustache. And he says, "This helmet belonged," like he reads off the piece of paper, "to a halfling adventurer Harry, who vanished in the catacombs of the Lich Emperor." Interesting. It's a Helm of Dread.
What does that mean?
Put it on.
All right. Put it on.
Yeah. You put it on. Put down the visor. And Shimael's eyes behind the visor go red. Very
Oh,
scary.
that's cool.
Very scary.
You look like a vampire.
That is actually a misrepresentation. Very few vampires actually have red eyes.
You still
Anything-
look like a vampire.
Thank you. Anything perhaps for making me more quicker on my feet, or something more utility-wise?
Oh, you mean like elven slippers?
Perhaps.
You're not gonna buy those like anyway. Those are hotcakes. All those teenage half-elves going on their first adventure, it's all the rage. Bards and rogues, all of them. Bards and rogues.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'll peruse the shop some more. But how much for the adamantine shirt?
Oh. Shirt. What will do you for... Um... 200 gold pieces. Oh, right. 2,000 credits.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I'll keep perusing the shop. See if I find anything else that I like as well.
Yeah, so, like as you look around, he basically like has like a +1 spear, which is like a medium advanced weapon, +1 like a magical hand crossbow, which is basically a +1. I want to say pistol in the book, but like till 3 thingy. He has a nifty magical item known as Bead of Refreshment. Come on, why don't you copy stuff for me? Which yeah, like you can drop this bead in liquid, and it turns that liquid into like pure drinking water. If it's not magical already.
That would be handy, but we don't find ourselves in a situation that often.
I'm afraid it's one who's only the other bead. Has like the big brazier can burn to summon fire elementals, though it's bloody expensive. He has an orb that doesn't allow you to get lost. No.
Hey, that would be pretty
In
handy.
jumps?
No, it's completely useless. It shows you magnetic north and works only on prime material.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, you might want to be selling that
Yeah.
here.
He has one of those basically like protect cosmetic potions, like the ones you have, which is like basically healing potion.
Okay.
He has a wand of web, and he has that like stuff with birds on it. Is stuff decorated with bird carvings. It has 10 charges, and you can use an action to expend 1 charge to create a bird sound within 20 meters.
A bird sound?
Yes.
Okay.
I kind of like that.
Yeah. Oh, and you can punch people with it, or hit people with it. It's a stick. It's a magical stick.
So it's a magical stick. Okay.
Look, I know that he had an amazing shop, just that he had a magical shop.
How much is the stick?
The stick is oh wow. The stick
Does it have
is,
shock damage?
70 gold pieces, which is 700 credits.
700 credits to make bird noises. I have a feeling Bobby could make something.
No, but we couldn't do that.
I
It's
will
magic.
make bird noises for you for a credit. So anytime you feel like, hey, I want to hear bird noises, I'm
Hey,
just
Bobby.
gonna do them, and you give me credit for it.
That is also tempting. I've only got 900 credits to my name, and everything else is on the ship and everyone else. I think
we
I will
can-
pass. Hey, this was on the prime material, and a crew member of ours named Lance. He told me about this from on the way, a while ago, and these like arcane interdimensional spaces that you can have in a bag. Do you have anything like that?
Half elves. Half elves.
Oh, not here.
You find a half elf, you ask him what he did with Oshi.
Okay.
Like every second person that walks into my shop, half elf.
Have you got anything kind of?
And every single one wants to be a paladin.
Have you got any handy instruments like that stick that could be used for some subterfuge? You know.
What I have is what you see.
Much for that wand of web.
How do you activate it? Do you just
Oh
kind of rub it?
wow, that's expensive. That's 7,000 credits. Well, that's actually pretty cheap, but that is still 7,000 credits.
Yeah. Do you use an action to kind of like rub it up and down
Yes.
to get the web out?
Yes. You rub the wand, and it 7 times a day you can eject sticky white fluid from it, and make people
Nice.
go ew and stay in place.
Okay, I was going to buy it until you make the description.
Yes.
You ruined it for me.
Yes. Cast your spell from your wand of web. Rub it hard. Give it to me. He said, as you pointed your wand of web at him.
Nope, 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 nope.
Nope. No.
I mean, don't blame me for talking you out of it. You just balked at the price. I mean, it's not like I just gave you 150,000 credits, but sure, let's be cheap.
I'm gonna give
Guys!
him 700 credits.
Selim is not here. If you want to spend all of your money, this is a session.
Holy
Right.
shit, he's right.
I totally was looking at my own personal funds, but
No, of course
would
not.
you guys
On the
think
company.
Lance would fund this wand of web? I mean, it sounds really, really useful.
I mean,
I
I will
don't
have
know
to
what
make up
for.
how it works, which I have no idea right now, just saying. But
Yes.
Of course.
I think it would
I
be very
think we have it in the budget that you can get some toys for yourself as well.
Indeed.
I think
Thank
it's
you,
basically
Lance.
gonna work. It's gonna work very close to ice grenade, basic, most like a
Yeah, that
root.
tells me almost nothing, but
But only
Neat.
Zelm can change the Excel sheet, right?
No,
You just
if
take
you
note
have
of it.
access to it, you should be able to change it.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you could just tell him, we spent
Yeah,
150,000 credits on booze. So,
Mhm.
like, remember our ship has like an extra fuel tank? Well, that's booze now.
And
It's filled with booze.
do we have one of those potions already?
You should have several. I'm not sure. Like, I think the problem was your heal is too low to use them. I'm not sure.
Oh shit.
I don't remember.
I'd like to give 700 credits to the wizard for the stick of bird calling. I'll take you up on your offer still, Bobby, but I'm gonna take it.
Oh no, this healing potion doesn't require any heal levels, so it heals 1d6 at the cost of 1 system strain, but just like your healing magic, it immediately gets people up without being fragile. So it gets them immediately into combat. That's
And how many do we have?
You should have,
Does
I
anybody
think,
know?
2, but ask Selim. I have
But
no
I
idea
think there's a
where
rule.
you put it down. I think it was 2.
Isn't the rule that you always buy all the potions? How much are they?
There is only one, and it costs.
Sold.
Actually, it's a bigger one, so it's 2d6. Where's my note? One.
I have Lance on the phone right now.
150, 500
Yeah.
credit.
It's bigger, but it's only 500. 500 is nothing. Okay, thank you. Buy, Lance. Lance says we should buy it. So,
Alright, nice.
so is there like maybe a discount for the wand and the potion? If we buy both?
Discounts start after you purchase upward of 1,000 gold.
Throw in
Oh.
the shirt.
1,000 gold. Oh, the conversion.
10,000
credits.
credits.
Oh, that's. Thank you for doing the math. Okay, then maybe
So-
next time.
It is conveniently simple mathematics.
How much is the shirt?
I never had math.
2,000 credits. That's it.
It's 2,000, yeah, and I'm gonna probably buy it.
So 2,000, then 700 from me. Then there's then
Well,
there's
just as a warning, it's
7,000.
like it's armor, so it's not a shirt.
You
it's
can't.
Yeah, it's a chain shirt.
It's not a shirt.
We're easily spending over
what's the
10,000.
AC?
I'm gonna say it's basically. It's basically one moment. It's basically armored undersuit. So you can't put it like under your current armor, but it is fairly low AC.
So I can't put it under my armor.
Yes, but
Okay.
like you can put it under your armor, as in like you can wear them together, but only the out armor orbit will have effect. So you don't have the adamantine effect while you have your combat field uniform on top of it.
Okay. They don't. The effects don't stack.
Yeah, they don't stack. No,
Okay.
no.
Okay.
But it's the same as
then
you know,
never
like
mind.
just like you can wear it as normal clothes. So like if somebody catches you you by surprise or something, it will work for them. Plus it's incompetence 0, so it doesn't.
Okay. So yeah, sure. Use it as pajamas or something.
No, it's what I just told you. Armored
I know.
undersuit.
Armored undershirt. Yeah.
Yes. Like check the rest in the book, but just remember it removes any on-hit effects basically.
Yeah, sure. I'll buy it.
Alright. As exciting as shopping is, I have a feeling that there should be enough shopping for the day. Unless you really want to go spend 100,000 credits on booze. So I don't know why I'm playing Selim, considering he is the biggest money spender so far. Actually. Yeah.
I think Trego was the stingy one last campaign,
maybe.
not Arliss.
Right. So, anything else you want to do with this guy?
Currently not. We want to arrange an audience, but we need to see if it's even possible.
Alright. I would also like to remind you guys that you are still fairly light on your health and stuff like that, so be aware of any potential combat situations. Yeah.
Can I just notice that right away and just distribute some healing? I mean, or is that too convenient right now? I don't.
I mean, you can. I just like I personally, I really dislike how healing works with these rules, but go for it.
Okay, maybe then
No,
we can
no,
say
no,
it's
no,
an
no,
it's an
no,
in
no,
combat
no.
thing.
It
Maybe.
just like it just feels to me like they roll this whole complicated rules about how long it takes you to heal, and then if you have like a healer or a vibe scion in your group, it's like we don't care. Like if we have a day of downtime, we just get healed up to full.
Okay, then.
I mean, no, you can. I mean, it still costs them system strain, so that's gonna be a problem
Yeah,
if you
but
go fighting too soon. So.
Yeah. But does the system strain go away during the rest then?
I
This
mean,
one.
if you rest long enough.
Okay.
Like Bobby has what 3 system strain. That's it.
Yeah, I currently have none, so I could be healed like once would be okay. But essentially, if I get, I wouldn't risk it for myself, honestly, because if I get any other source for strain and I don't have any options, which it would be shit. Like if I want to flashback or something.
Or again, like imagine you are 3 strain, you get downed, nobody can get you up. Well, not quickly at least.
Well, I'll be recuperated in 3 days, so I don't need anything.
Miles will you be recuperated in 44 years.
Let me quick
I
math
would
this.
need another day, and then I'm good.
Was like, finally, I have achieved my goal for the campaign. 1,000 hit points. Now 500 days
Not even
more,
close.
and I will be full. All right. So for today, are you going back to the ship, or are you going somewhere else?
So we've got making an audience, as you said, between these two, like him and his brother, correct? And then we've got these vampires that you meant. These two, you got the 2 vampires you picked up, and then there was some other idea as well. And it's on the tip of my tongue. I've forgotten it.
Booze.
Okay, that's the fourth. That's a 4th idea.
We want to, basically arrange an audience between the new Miltadis and his brother,
Mm-hmm.
Neo Meltadis.
and not. I think also, like, out of character and in character, there's no freaking way we're getting what is your future plan stuff. But we're just asking for history.
Are you sharing any of the of what you discussed with him with
Yeah, but imagine I recap everything for you guys.
we're doing this like on the way back to the ship or in the shop?
You can do it in the shop, yeah.
Okay. I wanna ask I need to get his name right because it would be Orestes. I would like you to ask a personal question. There is a certain similarity that I noticed between you and your brother, which is your eyes. Why are they glowing?
Why is your bottom made of metal?
Because I almost died and then fused with
Ancient arcanotech artifact.
Yeah.
That is a story far more dramatic than I have expected. Me and my brother had half blood of celestials. It is sin. Has its effect.
But for what it's worth,
I want to find out if he's telling the truth.
Sure, roll me an insight check.
Or if he's omitting anything.
I'm getting some angels versus demons.
We are
here.
celestial.
Angels versus vampire.
Yeah, we are the devils, and he is the angel.
You see no
Yeah.
signs of lying in his face.
Thank you. Appreciate the answer.
Interesting. So on the way back, we've gotten all this information between the parties. Am I getting mixed up with these 2 vampires and the vampire that's in prison? Is that still on the table? The vampire that was involved in the fire and claimed to only gotten 1 and so on. We got from Rakik. So are we going to see this guy at some point? When we leave Knockshafen eventually? Oh no, he's in Knockshafen, isn't he? He's actually in a jail.
No,
He's on
he's
Dracul.
in a. Yeah, he's on Dracul.
Oh, okay,
Oh.
right. Okay.
What I
And
understand.
we don't know if he's alive or not,
No.
or if he can actually respond to you. He might be in a
But we know he's in that
very
jail.
unfortunate state.
Well, is that Is that still on the table? Or is that plan? We focusing on other things?
Perhaps let's focus on the meeting first before we try and survive our way through Jakul.
By the way, Miles, as you walk out of the shop, you're obviously in the shop. Your device had no connection because too much arcane interference. But as you exit the shop, like you get like, no, you received this message. You like find a message like dated a couple hours ago from your father, which is like basically like, see me before you leave for Lamia. That's it.
How about we split things up to make it a bit faster?
Yes, please.
I'll go see my father, and you guys try and ask Rakik if we can have an audience with.
Boss, a quick question. Why do you? I would take this outside if you don't mind. I think let's go back to the ship for tonight. If you have to do some business with your father, I think it makes sense that we go back to the ship first. And I want to get out of earshot of the shopkeeper.
Okay.
Oasis.
Yeah, Miles follows.
No, I would wait for this conversation until we all go back, like to the graph flyer, and then fly back.
I think your first roll for the grab flyer, I'm gonna say that's enough to get you all back to the ship.
Nice. It's not like a super smooth ride, but it's working.
As you like enter the ship, Watanabe tell you that a message caught up with you.
A what?
A message caught up with you.
A message. Okay.
It's out of system. He isn't sure where it's from. Like it seems to have bounced off multiple places. But he says it's for Winnow.
Oh.
Okay. I'll read it, I guess.
Oh yeah. It's a message from Coral. I'm gonna put it into journal. So notes, and it next to the previous one. The date is like basically when it was sent. So it says, so it's a fairly old message. It is written with like usual or the encryption, and then as you open it, Coral speaks to you in the usual, like additional cipher that the two of you have developed over time to hide what you are talking about. You started it!
Shit.
Yes.
Is it actually in cipher and you have to cipher it?
Yeah,
now?
it's like a story. Grandma bought some cookies, whatever, and I have to understand what the fuck he's talking about.
You read it
So
while
you're
the rest
essentially
of them
fucked
talk, and I'll point out a couple details in this message that you notice after you read them. So your character would have.
What's the first part? I should read it out loud, or
No, you read it for yourself while the other players do whatever they wanted to talk about.
Oh, got it. Okay, got it.
So, Bobby, say something.
Yeah, since we're like in the graph and flying back, I want to ask. So why exactly do you want to give this dude a conversation with his brother? Doesn't make sense to me.
Well, he is his brother, and
Still no.
for the benefit of him being very useful for us, there are two aspects of this. One is that this is sort of a payment. He wants to apologize or just, see him for what might be the last time. And the second one, and more important one, is it might it might make his brother uneven, maybe emotionally unstable. And usually, when people are emotionally unstable, they blurt out some bits of information that could be useful.
Or, and either I'm too paranoid, or something else. He is a very, very good liar. And he's there to make sure that his brother shuts the fuck up. And not blab about
Well,
anything. Because
we
maybe
could,
he knows the identity of the leader of his ring, and maybe that certain person is not necessarily Orestes, but maybe Orestes knows who he is. And to be honest, I'm still not 100,000% convinced that Reynolds' parents are actually dead.
Dan, can I try and see if the voices from the messages are the same as Raptis?
You can try. I'm gonna call it notice intelligence check. None of your bonuses apply. This is just like analyzing, comparing.
Eight's decent.
I'm gonna say you don't find any matches.
Yeah, the cadence was off.
So whether there are none or you missed something is a good question.
Can I attempt to do the same?
Sure, but the DC will be higher.
Fair enough. 14?
Oh wow! Fuck you. Yeah. Okay. So that's another. You like use your bounty hunter's ability to like start analyzing the words used, the intonation, like that stuff, because like you know that most likely the voice itself has been altered magically or disguised by magic completely. So you're looking for how a person speaking with a different voice would still continue to speak. And you don't think it's Orestes. You'd be very surprised if it was him, based on this message. Obviously, it's always you've seen men adopt a different personality. Like in the moment you had them at gunpoint, but just vocabulary is different. Vocabulary is different. Approach to think is different.
Is there a way for me to create, based on the voice, to create kind of a profile, like what if I can assess if this is like a regional dialect
Inside check.
or
Yeah, let's go inside check.
is it also intelligence based?
No, wisdom.
Wisdom, okay. Like also age and if it sounds like highly trained, like some maybe nobility
With
or
a
someone
7,
really
all
knowledgeable.
that you find is that the speaker is most likely had good education. And most likely had some oratorical training.
What is oratorical?
Learned how
Like
to speak.
speech training?
Yes, speech.
Okay.
But the messages are still sufficiently generic, as in they don't seem to give up any personal information. And obviously the voice is heavily distorted, so sounds like a man, but for all you know, that could be a female voice disguised. You've seen magic do much more than this.
Your concern is feasible. Perhaps we could speak with his brother before we let them two meet.
Honestly, this is your world, Captain, and I'm gonna follow your leads. I don't know. This is the reason why I don't want to get involved into politics, because it makes me fucking paranoid, because I think everyone is hiding something. That's why I like bounty hunting. It's, here's a sheet of paper. This is the guy you're going to catch. Here's the money. This is what he did. And then I went for it. And this whole thing just makes my mind explode. If you trust him to do it, I will follow your lead, but I will not be in the same room as this dude and his brother without a gun.
All right.
And a rocket launcher. Just kidding. A pistol's fine.
All right.
Bobby,
Well,
would you like me to apply a mild relaxant? It might lower your excitement.
No, this won't go away.
Very well.
Thank you.
He suddenly
But
speaks to
like-
himself.
it's probably like what, afternoon, night? What is it?
If it's still previous day, it's gonna be afternoon, yeah.
Afternoon.
Like after dinner, basically. Like.
Okay, so I'll ask Winnell if he doesn't mind healing me up one smidge, and then I'll ask Lance to drive me to my friends. No, just kidding. Drive me to my father.
Yeah, what's a smidge?
Whatever you think you can afford.
4th level heal!
Do you have 4th level? Castle?
Lex!
No. Second is
Oh.
enough. That's enough.
Dude, that's like 3 days worth of of healing.
Damn it,
Has to be
4th
enough.
level heal is what, 86, right?
Mm.
And you doubled my hit point, my
30
current hit points.
Close to 30, like 28 something. It's that you yes, pretty much yeah, like a 4th level heal, one heals pretty much everybody except Miles.
Mhm.
Most
Oh,
likely.
that's really good.
Alright.
I'll walk over to Winnell and go, how's the stuff going? You look really perturbed by this message you got. You're head down and working. What's going
Oh
on?
yeah.
Because we got a bit of a solution here. And Captain's got a bit of an idea. I felt like I should come over. You've done the same for me. We should rain check with you to make sure you're down for having these guys meet where the path is going to go. Because at the end, it's trying to figure out what's going on with your parents.
I mean, maybe we learn something and maybe we don't. I don't see what's the harm in trying.
Oh, so you're up for it. Nice. That's good to hear.
Yeah,
Well, what's
but,
this? Yeah?
Yeah, the message. I must admit I don't fully understand it.
Yeah.
But
So
Coral apparently.
the big thing you notice that you're pretty sure only you and Coral and maybe somebody from your order will remember, but definitely like most likely nobody outside of your order will understand this. Is you remember Farrell? You remember Brother Farrell? He was old. He was like 90 something when you returned to Halkidiki. Died about 15 years ago. Out of like mostly natural causes, just like he was old and even magic wasn't enough to keep him up. He wasn't even a human. He was like one of those. He was in Arakokra, so they like live like 30 years technically. So he's basically telling you that he was using your dad's hammer, and that guy was watching him. Decipher that how you want.
What the fuck?
Wait, what?
I'm
Where is that?
confused.
Yeah,
What's
like-
going on?
Coral basically said he was using my dad's hammer, sledgehammer, aka weapon, I guess. And one of the brothers who died long ago was watching him.
Wait. I don't
I'm really
get what
confused.
you're saying.
I don't
Who
see
is
that.
using the hammer on what and was
Coral, the
watching?
guy that brought me to Kakidiki,
And did you
Okay.
say hammer means weapon
I
as
assume.
well? So you're
Because what
Coral,
did my dad make? Like he made the weapon, the soulfire weapon.
Okay. And
but there's a ghost.
He said, I noticed Old Man Pharaoh watching me when I tried to fire up the furnace. What's the furnace? My
And
own
he's
hammer broke.
dead.
That's why I was using your dad's. Or something to build. Oh. Why did I start this coded message shit?
Alright, roll me an intelligence check. Or like no
Okay.
intelligence.
Okay.
can I help him in some way or another?
Sure.
Can I feed the letter into like a slot and then
Which
it comes
which-
out translated?
What skill was that? Like deciphering?
No intelligence.
If I no intelligence. Okay, actually I'm proficient.
What skill? No intelligence.
Yeah,
Bobby,
well, this is
You
just
have
shit
no
roll.
fucking idea.
Yeah.
You don't have the key. Well, 8. A bit better for you because you've been talking about this. So he is talking about a thing your dad made. You don't think a hammer specifically has anything to do with it? Just the thing your dad made. That he was really good at. And a dead was asking him questions about it. So who are the dead?
The undead, maybe?
A dead undead?
Yeah, maybe an undead questioned him
Oh,
if he had anything to do with this.
Wait a minute. Does this have to do with the Baron going to like tracing someone dead? All I see is Grandma's cookies. Okay, so I'm way behind here. I don't know what's going on in your page, but
Alright.
what if is the undead the Baron and has gone to your Kalkidiki and that's why there's a dead and talking to. Why would a vampire?
You're pretty sure he's not meaning a literal dead guy walked up and started asking him questions.
if he's meaning someone who was supposed to be dead is asking about it.
No.
No. Oh.
You
Okay.
think he means that somebody he believes has connection with Order was asking questions about your father's religion.
Okay.
That could be the Baron.
And
But he
I
might have
was.
been there.
I mean, this message is like, but it's over a month old. Well, actually, it's 3 months old.
No. Today it's 10th of November. So,
Okay,
close to
then.
months.
Is that in date to the Baron and the book? The necromancy book we had? Okay, so
Is it though? It takes half a month to go back and forth. No, it takes half a month.
Depends on the shape.
2 weeks, 2 weeks. That's a month. 2 weeks, 2 weeks. Right? So 1 month going back, 1 month going forward. So once we left, that's a month ago. Yes, he could have asked.
So that means we could have had the Baron traced to your people. And then he sent a message to Kalkidiki, maybe not went directly. And that's why there's someone watching him using your weapon, your book. I don't. Look, Grandma's cookies. I don't know.
What if somebody left when we were supposed to leave for Kakidiki? Wouldn't that add up as well? Like 2 weeks travel back and forth?
About which Baron were you talking?
Okintoya.
Okoye?
Yeah. Okoye, the one that was on our ship, and when we got out of the Maltadi prison, so on. Or mine.
Based on the information that that Winnell has shared with him, and where we met Okoye, would it make sense that he could be potentially the one that is referred here? Is it like a sensible conclusion for Bobby?
You don't expect Baron Okoye to go to Halkidiki.
But
Ask him
maybe someone sent by him.
That is more possible. In any case, the image that Carlos seems to be painting is that people connected to the Red Order are beginning to get interested in whatever your parents have done.
That
Your
was
parents
before
had done. What
we.
does that mean?
That's, you know,
Got like the whole.
they
What's happening
basically.
with the two Maltadis, the Children of the Sun, the against vampires, all of that. They're getting interested in this.
Yeah, maybe there was somebody trying to prevent what happened, and they did a really shitty job. But that was before we even got here. So
But hold on, if you're saying that whoever is part of the Red Dawn that this thing's talking about is interested in what your parents are doing, but they're annoying your quarrel in Kalkidiki, does that mean that your people in Kalkidiki are doing something that your parents were doing?
I didn't think so 5 minutes ago. No, let me read it again.
Maybe, do you think that they might have started to continue the work quietly? Well,
He was watching me try out your dad's methods. My own hammer broke. That's why I was using your dad's. He was doing the things my dad was doing. And he'd go and try out.
Do you want to share the message, maybe, so we can read it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're all like hovering over this
sorry.
com thing.
Can I share it? Can you share it?
Does this work?
Here, what's now we go here? Everyone have a look at this.
What is it?
Kartoffel as well. Everyone just stare at this.
Did it appear in notes and records?
Where are notes? And
No, I have Lingdalu's stuff there.
Did I post it in Discord?
Yeah, Kartoffel comes over.
Yeah,
like,
now it's
There we
there.
go. Yeah.
looks over it, goes. Wow. Go, go. Sadly, none of you understand. Kartoffel, who has just found out the whole enemy plan from this message and explained it to you in excruciating details. But none of you speak cat.
Damn. Such a barrier.
This sounds to me like he was actually using your father's method.
Yeah, it literally says
because his own doesn't work. Feral. Feral, as in a feral beast.
that. No, that was an actual guy.
Okay.
He died.
Oh.
Old.
Does he say that when he says old man Farrell and you say he's a brother from your clan there? Then the furnace tried to bring up the furnace. The hammer broke, and old man Farrell was watching. Is that a reference to your whole group, and maybe they don't approve of what Coral's doing, and that's why there's some argument?
I think we can substitute Oatman Feral for Red Order. I think we've established
Okay.
that.
Yeah. But you say old man Farrell was also part of your group, so it was like in
Yeah,
both.
but I think it's just a hint. Someone I know that is dead.
Okay. Right.
And I would know that, but nobody else. So somebody's snooping around.
You even
So-
dared come over. Come over. Yeah. So
Well, this seems
Someone
like a nice
physically
riddle for
infected.
you to all ponder upon while I'll go and visit my
Drink.
father.
Oh, right.
Yes.
Well, enjoy. I keep your compound at the ready if you need us.
Mm-hmm.
Drink too much. Still need to drive.
Lance will be driving me.
I don't think he's.
So yeah,
feeling
you
good.
want us to head to the detective to Rakik, yeah? While you're gone.
You could ask him that. That'd be expedient.
Cool. I will be fast. We'll do it. Alright, see you
Alright.
later.
So if Miles is traveling by means of lands to his state, how is Dalo traveling to the town?
Where am I going by myself? You guys coming with me?
Or
I don't mind going by
can't leave
myself.
you alone. We learned that today, young man.
Okay, yeah. True. I would preferably not be frozen in place again. That wasn't nice.
Yeah, I'll come with you.
Alright, good. Go carriage again. Carriage via Bobby. Carriage via horse.
I mean, if it's just us three, I can. I think I should get in a few hours with the graph flyer. I mean,
Well,
Lance,
then the graph flyer is gone with Lance. is that
Lance
correct?
might get hurt at some point, and someone has to fly it.
Well, I think Lance is gone with the graph flyer with Miles. I think.
No.
Is that right?
Is he?
Yes, he is. That's what Miles
Okay,
said.
he is. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
You'll have to practice in the car parks later.
Fuck it, it's your problem. I will stay here. Let's. Is there like a carriage service that you can
Sure.
rent?
Yeah.
You
No,
can
take
call a
that then.
taxi, you can like rent a carriage for the day.
Oh,
I'll
I'll
stay
be doing
here.
that.
The carriage will have issues carrying me, and
So Dalo, taxi?
Alright. Yeah. Well, if up to you, Winnel. I'm gonna head now.
Can we just ride a horse or something?
If you still
Could
want to decipher
I-
this, yeah.
maybe flashback to the day before and get some supplies so I can work on my next modification.
I mean,
And get
just
like
money,
at least
sure.
buy the materials.
Everybody was
Cool.
buying shit, they bought you your supplies, whatever. Like,
Cool.
you're in a town, it's money, I don't care.
Yeah, then I will start put in the first day for adding another mod to my weapon. I'm not exactly sure which one I'm
Half a
taking.
day, because you spent half a day, old guy.
Oh, I thought it was already next
Nope,
day.
it's still the same day.
Okay.
Nobody has rested yet.
Nah, then I will. I won't work for half a day. I will just chill on the graph flyer and play the guitar a bit.
Yeah, except the Graflar is taken by Lance. Carry Miles.
I mean, on the Fable.
Yeah,
Sorry.
okay. Yeah, Fable is not a Graflar. Do not offend Fable. It's a bit bigger. All right. So, Andalu, you are paying 5 credits to basically hail a carriage to get you to the town center. That's not a problem. They know where to go. So you get there. You
Me
find.
too.
Okay, you two go there.
Yeah,
You
sure.
find Rick Rick. You ask him, "Hey Rick Rick, we'd like to maybe have this guy, terrorist leader we just captured, talk to somebody." And Rick Rick goes, "Well, that is nice, but as I've told you, the Rubers are going to be handling the interrogation. We've already handed him over, so you have to get in touch with them."
Okay. Well, we've got someone already there, Rupert himself. So
Yeah, we
It's
were
all
totally
sorted.
expecting that, so that's why only 2 of us showed up. We're just covering all our bases. We basically knew that already, so
yeah.
Of course,
good work. Keep it up.
I trust, believe you. Yes, yes, you have proven to be extremely quick, intelligent with your thinking. Yes, yes.
All right. Well, thank you. We will move on with our day as planned then. Goodbye.
I will continue my day as planned, scheduled. Yes, yes. And so you
Then he
spend
lays egg.
and dies.
All right. Well, no, that was fun. I wanna try something while I'm in town here. I want to talk to a tailor and get a nicely made dark cloak.
Oh, like mine, you mean?
Oh, yours looks pretty good. Kind of full body. I want a full body one. In case I'm ever in the shadow of or anything. I want to hide this armor, and this Meltady suit that you gave me goes underneath it, so that can't help.
Yeah, sure. Let's get you a proper rope or whatever cloak.
Perfect.
Mine just costs actually 2 credits, so you might have to spend, I don't know, 5 credits or something.
10 credits.
Yeah. Can I do that then? Can I find
Yes,
the
10 credits.
guy? I
If the cheapest
bring
most
up
proper rope.
pictures on my compad of the dock workers in Arella that I made friends with, and give an anecdotal story about the hardship of employee-employer relationships and how they live. And that's not fair. That's
Can
really
you
not fair.
actually can you send me those pictures for
I-
research purposes?
Are you
Sure.
talking about that to the tailor?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
telling him
Make,
10 credits is just too much.
make me a talk check.
Okay,
Oh my
sure.
god.
Oh, it's getting expensive. He's like, oh, this guy's not making $5 a day. How much can I rip off?
Did you roll? Okay.
Yeah, there we go.
You start talking, and then basically you find yourself for an hour and a half listening to this guy rant about, of course, that's the kind of crap that's happening on Arella, because the government of Arella is fucking incompetent and filled with corrupt elves from the Soul Union. And he basically gives you the whole spiel of why it is so good on Nachttrafen, how their rulers are just, how their salaries is much better. They have, like all the social security, like free education, free medicine, free public transportation. And this would never have happened
Free
if
slaves.
Orella was ruled by rulers. So he gives you like
I'm-
a
I'm,
whole political agenda.
By the end of the hour and a half, I'm so invested and temporarily brainwashed. I'll give him 30 credits.
Well, he did just roll.
Wait.
The guy did just roll 9 on his talk check to you, so
Yeah, I'll give him 30 credits.
yeah.
We need more small businesses like yours succeeding in this kind of.
Yes. Yes.
Ugh.
All right. So, meanwhile, Miles goes off to visit his own house. Obviously, he forgets until last moment to warn them about his arrival. Almost triggers the security system, but not quite. Manages to avoid the red carpet this time,
Thank you.
as Igor, like, at some point tries to run after you with the roll of the red carpet, but that's a bit heavy. So at some point he limps, stumbles, and gives up. But Len says, "Nope, I'm gonna wait in the grappler. I am not walking into that building."
There you go.
But yeah, you make it inside. You find your father and locate him, and when you see him, he kind of raises an eyebrow. I did not expect to see you soon.
Well, I had some free time, and there are some things I would like to discuss with you as well.
Very well. My mission was more of an errand. A topic to discuss. He seems confused, but he offers you a seat, sit down himself.
Mm-hmm.
Tea? Chernobog?
Chernobog would be a delight, thank you.
Have like a magical bell, basically, which is like one bell for tea, one bell for Chernobog. Brings it. Well, begin.
First, I left last time. I was here in a hurry, and I couldn't say a thank you for saving my life. So thank you, Father.
Well, I think it would, in that case, cooperate. Apologize pushing you in that situation. I hope you have understood why I allowed it to happen.
Could you explain, perhaps?
Give me your best estimate.
Seeing how powerful and how potentially thirsty and hungry vampires without proper, well, not without proper, because she does have proper training, but without enough sufficient time to quench said thirst might act. Do not make vampires your enemies or something along the lines.
Indeed. If you are heading off to Lamia, just filled by women far more hard-headed than even your mother is, you must be reminded of the fear you must have before their reason. Frankly, you have shown an incredible display of power, mortal, in front of your sister. I did not expect that from you, and that has made me very proud. It is
Miles is
good
holding back tears.
that you understand that even that is simply. You must rely on your wits and your charm. You are to survive you. And I did want to test your sister to see how well she is doing, which shows that she is not doing as well as I hoped. I suppose I will have to accelerate Julian's conversion. I hoped he would temper her character. He transits. I suppose he will do better as her equal, not yet turned. So if he fails, the consequences could be drastic. And that too is a lesson that you should remember.
Miles is just currently speechless. He's still hung up on. He said he's fucking proud of me just now. Like, what the fuck?
If you fail to establish your own contacts in Lemir, the mother has prepared a little bit of a message for the Marchioness. Our families do have a relationship. Could be considered good manners for us to occasionally send our regards and, well, not gifts. Respect. He like stands up, gets back on his table, takes out like a Ruber family sealed envelope and gives it a hand. It would be preferable for you. Make your own way, but in case you require. Do pay attention to not impress her too much. It might tickle her possessive nature. Yes.
Yes.
I doubt she would risk it under normal circumstances, but if you prove to be too much of a juicy piece of man meat, she might try to seduce you into becoming her thrall. That would be disastrous.
It would. And that means I'll have to take extra precautions with my crew. Is that all on your side?
No, but I think it's your turn too.
Have you, All Mother, had the chance to question the Paladin?
Why, yes. For a man of faith, he has broken surprisingly quick.
Before you start, is he still alive?
Yes. He will remain alive until the end of his life. Death is too light of a punishment for somebody who has committed what he has done.
Out of character, no execution, no death sentences in Nachthafen?
There are other sentences.
Oh, okay. Well, good. Since I had some other questions I would like to ask him first. But actually, since you had the chance to ask him, what did you learn?
I'm trying to remember how much information you've shared with him. I don't remember if you shared anything with him. Alright. So he basically tells you that the SRT team has not quite yet completed their hunt, let's call it, for the remainder of the group. They should be finished actually very soon with storming their headquarters, hopefully retrieving any further information. But the gist of it is destruction of their reason for the purpose of liberation of the citizens of Nakshat. And he has obtained this specific cleansing weapon from the Scorned that makes it. The Rise basically says, I doubt that this weapon would actually succeed at destroying me. But considering that they have still chosen to act, we must assume that they have something capable of that and act with that in mind. He's still waiting for reports from his people, basically, to decide what to do next, how bad it is. It is a pity that they finally decided to act, because now it means that they'll have to find the next group to take over their place and put in more spies and blah blah blah, and more money, whatever. If they did this, it's there was no choice. Yeah. Thankfully, nobody was killed during the attack at the docks. Mostly just money damage, whatever the golem has crushed, whatever it has disintegrated. A couple wounded from like basically falling debris, but nothing too serious. So again, from the public standpoint, these people have fucked up, while the police has performed spectacularly. The Scorn will be a big problem because they are small. There was no spies among their midst. But again, now there is no choice but to find them all, or at least find their leader. And your father isn't sure how to handle that, because that comes dangerously close to we are arresting people who speak against us.
Mm-hmm.
So he's thinking how to sway the public opinion that would be necessary.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why
Did
he's
he-
waiting for more information.
So, from what I understood, the Melty is not. He's not from like the Sons of the Sun are not the same as the Scorn. They're two separate
Yes,
organizations.
Children of the Sun.
Okay, Children of the Sun.
Children of the
And
Sun
they got
is 100% a Helios-sponsored, Union-sponsored, like destabilization cell, basically. Scorned are local citizens who, for some reason, are really unhappy with the family. Like they really hate the Rubers, the vampires, the undead, and yeah, and not many of them, but that's why they were usually left just alone, like let those people ramble. Freedom of speech here, I think, but apparently that was a mistake.
Okay, so he probably didn't have any information about who's the leader of Scorn.
The only information he has from whatever spice he has is the leader of the Scorned, who is supposed to be leaving all those messages, is calling themselves the Ungrateful Prelate.
Okay.
No names.
The Ungrateful
Prelate.
What is that?
Kind of like a priest. It's I
Ah,
want to say German priest. Not necessarily.
can you spell it
I
out?
don't-
I don't.
Prelate. Prelate. A bishop or other high ecclesiastical dignitary.
Aha.
So the Ungrateful Prelate. Okay.
Seems to be a nod to his fight against the Rubers and the nature in which he, or she, didn't know, speak. Yeah. But hopefully the police will finish arresting the rest of the children and bring in more. Aside from that, Miltiades has been preaching a lot, and possibly blaming the prelate for setting him up and letting him be captured.
Hmm.
But like, I guess he would also surrender some information that if I was gonna say, like, he said us a couple more things, but I'm basically waiting for our police to return with evidence to confirm that before I want to speak about this strongly. After this, I think you're in deep thought. How's this gonna go? I I would not tell you not to pursue this investigation or to avoid helping. Remember with his vengeance, if that is what he said. But I would advise you to be careful and perhaps be selective with information you provide him. You could be forced to face forces you may not be equipped to do. Me and your mother have had some theories about how convenient the death, well, not the death, but the crime and imprisonment of Van Hal has been, and whether this has ties to Lamia or other places in our society. If there isn't a reason at the other end of this thought, then you will have a hard choice ahead of you. And that choice will decide what kind of man are you, what kind of a reason you might become.
Well, first one might need to know the truth before he makes such a decision.
I am uncertain if you will find the truth not until before you're at a point where the choices you have to make are tough and violent. Though I pray for your success.
Is he held here?
Is downstairs. Away from your sister, of course.
Mm-hmm. I've spoken to his brother, who has long ago left the Order and is way back converted into living a peaceful life here after some misfortunate events that led him to that conclusion, and he has lost his belief in Helios. He seems to... Well, there's evidence to suggest that he has... Well, the Paladin has ties to the late Quinrix, and we would like to discuss about the past with him. I've also thought that if... Well, let me think about this for a sec. How Miles would perceive subduing one. I guess it's the more elegant way. I thought perhaps trying to succeed on my own. If just asking him straightforward will not do the trick, then perhaps seeing his brother will emotionally unstable him, and he will blurt something useful for us.
Oh, there is no need for that anymore. He is under our glamour.
Hmm.
He sings
I
like a
see.
bird.
Mhm. Oh, I'm thinking of going now, or wait, or going back, getting Will. I should bring Winnel. Yeah. Okay. So, I think I need to bring one of my crewmates to hear what he has to say.
Very well. So, do be careful with your choice of words.
When questioning,
When sharing the truth with your crewmate.
that he is under your effect.
No. The weapon created by this prelate must not be allowed to exist. Do not let your crewmate be tempted.
I see.
It is a threat to far more than just our lives.
I see your concern, but I happen to trust him very much. I think, should the temptation present itself, I believe Vinyl would prefer to just not choose a side than actively picking one.
Vengeance is a dreadful emotion, especially when paired with helplessness and weakness. Makes men commit terrible things. But that another lesson that you, Captain, might have to learn on your own. And remember, the takeaway is that no matter the outcome, you will be the one to blame for the mistakes of your roommate.
I've always taken responsibility.
Not about responsibility. It's about letting the people who rely on you down.
I'm a bit familiar with that feeling.
That is good. That is good. Well, I do hope you remember to announce your arrival next time.
Yes, I'll come back and forth. You should still be awake, right? This is now night, I assume.
Yes, he basically again awoke.
He just
just recently. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I should be back and forth in a matter of a few moments. I will announce my arrival.
Right. So you leave your father and hurry back to the Graflyer, whereupon Lance takes you back to the port and to the Fable, and you actually have to wait for Winnel and Dal to return, because like you had a long conversation, but they went by car, they went shopping, they listened to the guy for an hour and a half. So by the time they return, it's like 11. And folks are getting sleepy. So, I don't know. Anything you want to say to them?
Yeah, just a sec.
Just a sec. Here's your pajama. That's what it was. Meanwhile, Dalu, do you want to show off your new cloak? How does it look like?
Oh yeah. It's just a big, full body, long, black, matte, thick fabric cloak for hiding in the shadows if need be, and hiding weapons and the armor gone if need be.
Who's that guy in dark black Mac cloak walking in the middle of the street? In the hot
It'll be
streets
open and
of
flowing.
in the hot streets of Helios. Who might he be? We would never know.
Oh, Dally, that suits you quite well.
Thank you. If there's ever a time that I'm using these boots or helping out, hiding somewhere, I thought it'd be a good idea.
Winnel, would you like
Yeah.
to accompany me to my parents' estate in order to question Miltiades?
Oh.
The invitation is also to you two. Well, to Lance as well, I guess. He's going to drive us anyway.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm interested. I'll tag along.
Is that all right with you, Winnel?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Has it all been set up? Are they both there? The two of them?
No,
old
I've
man?
I've come to consider Bobby's words from before. I think just passing the message that he is sorry and asking him if he has a message back to him would be enough.
Okay.
And also,
Yeah.
makes the the DM not RP with himself too long.
But I like talking to myself in different voices. I am sorry, brother. Please forgive me, he said. Do not worry, brother. I forgive you, he answered. Isn't it amazing? So artistic.
God, it's so immersive. I love it. Yes.
Right. So let's go.
Alright.
We'll sleep in tomorrow.
Yeah. So, journeying all together on the Graflyer one more time. Lance still not fully recovered from his stomach issue, making the entrance into the Graflyer rather complicated. You nevertheless lift off and head into the night. Whether you make it alive or not to the mansion, Miles' parents, we'll find out
Because
next
I
week.
announced my security.
Hopefully with Lance being present for